So, we live in a culture in which there's a lot of emphasis on doing, 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 going out, getting things done, accomplishing, achieving, and it's very out there and gotta go out sort of mentality. Now, I'm not here to say that that's bad or wrong, but I'm here to say it's incomplete in a sense that doing, giving, proceeding needs to be balanced by a sense of receiving, receptivity, and being and absorbing, and more inwardness. And as a physician, looking at the healthcare field, the healthcare system, seeing my colleagues, and this is so apparent in this doing, which I believe is an aspect of this now attention to physician wellness and well-being that was really not emphasized or paid attention to in the past. Not that it wasn't important, but we are now at a sort of a plateau, a climax, or where this doingness has caught up to us and now is, in a way, dragging us down and away from ourselves. And doing has its place, but excess doing, it warps who we are and what we are meant to be doing. And this is why one of the reasons I like the Enneagram is that it delineates possible ways that we have overexerted our doing and where do we pay attention and where does our attention go to do all this doing. And it gives us a sense of what can we, what can we do about it, right? And what I'm saying is do less and be more, be fulfilled. So for the type 1, it's to be, acknowledge, and accept your innate goodness, integrity, and perfection that cannot be gained by doing more. And the proclivity for the type 1 is to do more to get an increased sense of my goodness. And for the type 1, the lesson for the type 1 and for all of us is that doing more is not going to add to our innate goodness. It's just to be there. You can call it sitting with it or receiving that goodness that we have and are. For the type 2, it's being, acknowledging, and accepting your innate sense of you are loved and needed. And doing more won't give you more of that sense of being loved and needed, that you are needed. For the type 3, it's being, acknowledging, and accepting your innate worth and value without having to do more, to achieve more, accomplish more, all those things. There's a sense of authenticity and accepting the being of the authenticity that you are and that you have that cannot be added onto by doing more. For the type 4, it's being, acknowledging, and accepting your innate sense of significance and importance in yourself that cannot be gained by doing more. So there is a sense of no matter how much you do more, you won't really add to your innate true significance of who you are. For the type 5, it's being, acknowledging, and accepting your innate knowing and competence that cannot be gained by doing more and learning more. And here, learning more has its place, but if it's overwhelming or crowding out the knowing that you know enough, competent enough for what needs to be done now, will decimate or take away the sense of you are who you are and you know what you need to know. And by trying to do more and more and more, it will overexert and I would say burn out a part of who we are. For the type 6, it's being acknowledging and supporting, being acknowledged and accepting your innate sense of being supported, being grounded, and the sense that cannot be gained by doing more. The type 6 lesson is that you can prepare for all possibilities and things that can go wrong or right so that you can be grounded. But you can do that ad nauseum to infinity, but there still be circumstances that you won't be prepared for. So that groundedness needs to be accepted and appreciated because it's there already. And by doing more, in a sense, you won't become more grounded or more prepared. For the type 7, it's the acknowledging and accepting your innate capacity, innate sense of satisfaction, and this sober sense of I'm satisfied with who I am and what I have. And by I don't need to do more and more to gain more satisfaction because there's no end to that. It's the what I have, what can I be receptive to what is there and what I have, and the fulfillment that is there, as opposed to searching for more things, for some sort of external fulfillment. And again, to reminder, I'm not saying you shouldn't look for interesting things or things to that are exciting, but if it's a constant doing, that will pull away from this knowing and sensing of the innate satisfaction that is there. Type 8, it's the accepting your innate capacity for power in the world that cannot be gained by doing more. There is a sense of this power that people who are doing want to do to believe and sense that they have more of this power. But that takes away from this inward knowing that I have power, I have the capacity to go into the world and be there. Type 9, it's to be acknowledge and accept your innate connection and harmony with it all, with yourself, and that cannot be gained by doing more, as opposed to doing more things to internally or externally make this scenario in which I feel connected or at harmony. This doing actually then dismantles the true harmony that is there. And this is tough because this is so different from what all of schooling, education, training, and work really is about. Do this. Do more. And for me, and the lesson that I would like to give to you today through the Enneagram is that there's a sense in which no matter how much you do, ultimately there are some things that can't be added onto. And these are the qualities or parts of us or the world or whatever you want to call it that can't really be added onto, right? There are immeasurable qualities or aspects of who we are. Things like love, hope, and faith, and these almost vague, but in another way clear qualities that's just in a sense of we just need to know it deeper, as opposed to doing more things and wanting to know more things. It's about doing deeply and accomplishing not more, not achieving more, but accomplishing and achieving authentically. And the Enneagram is one tool to take a look at that. Or another way to look at it, time will pass, things will be done, whether or not you're the one doing it. And I'm not suddenly saying do nothing all the time, but there's a sense of sometimes it is a time to do nothing and to receive and to perceive and to draw inwards as opposed to going outwards to do. And this is where I don't know what to call it, the fallacy of busyness comes in, that by being busy, we can do more, which in a way is true, but is doing more really the solution? The end goal is, but doing deeper and doing for fulfillment really what is important. What is more important to you? Doing more and more and more, or feeling more fulfilled and getting what's important to you? I would like to know your thoughts, feelings, questions, and comments, and I'll see you around another video.